Hello YouTube! So today is day 11 of 30 Challenge, and today I want to talk about something I've been seeing a lot recently, you know, on signs and infomercials, and even on YouTube, people seem to be talking about it. Bullying. Not a fun topic, but I wanted to address something that I haven't seen so often in other types of media. First of all, bullying is a bad thing. We all know it's a bad thing. But it strikes me as how many types of it we have these days. You ever notice that? You ever look at there's cyberbullying, body shaming, name calling, food shaming, fat shaming, which is similar to body shaming, but apparently it's a different category. The point being that people seem to have an issue with everything that other people do. I mean, I think when I was learning about this kind of stuff, we all just kind of called it one thing. At least no one backs you up into a locker these days and steals your lunch money. I'm sure you all heard of that scenario. So I think there's two things that need to happen. First of all, we need to just be a bit nicer to each other. Recognize that everyone seems to be fighting the same kind of battle that you're fighting and kind of move on from there. It really instills a greater sense of camaraderie among students and people in general. Second of all, and this is the message to the people on the receiving end of these kinds of things, is that there will always be people out there who are insecure and really kind of just want to beat you up for something. Whether it be physically or emotionally, they have frustrations and that's how they deal with them. It's not fair, but that's what they do. So, how to avoid these? First of all, you can avoid confrontation altogether, but that can be a little difficult since you have schedules to attend. So my suggestion is that you might try to be 100% honest and accepting of yourself first. But Quinn, how can we be accepting of ourselves when we receive so much negative feedback? Well, I'm glad you asked, because the one thing that conquers doubt is confidence, right? So how do you do that? Well, it takes a lot of soul searching and a lot of kind of looking in on yourself and really kind of trying to understand yourself on a deeper level. The things that hit home when it comes to insulting and shaming and things like that are things that you actually feel are true. Now, in high school, it may be a bit different because you're still finding out who you are and you'll have a lot of questions. Once you kind of move up into higher levels of education, you start to realize who you are, and that comes with more doubts, unfortunately. That comes with an acknowledgement of things about yourself that you don't like. The things that become most insulting are when people mention these things and they hit home, and they're true. When it comes to that, it's important to either accept what you have, recognize it as part of yourself and kind of just internalize it, or do your best to do something about it, because those two things can negate any kind of insulting feelings. If someone points out something about yourself that you don't like, then you might get a little offended, but if in your mind you can say like, well, I'm already changing that, so I'm not really bothered by it. And that's a good thing. And if it's something that you have internalized and you accept to be part of yourself, then you can be proud of yourself for having it, and that way it's not insulting either. In the end, it's a bit of a two-way street. Recognize that a lot of the people that want to instill insecurities in others are insecure themselves. The ability to deal with these insecurities is really what allows us to let our walls come down and be a whole lot nicer to each other. But that's really just my opinion. So I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!